What's going on there, guys? We back with another one, and we got to talk about Coach Prime today. As Stephen A. Smith made some strong comments about Shedeur Sanders, and Coach Prime has seemingly responded to them, and it's going viral right now. As you all know, Shedeur Sanders, Colorado Buffaloes, they blew a 29-point lead, and it was a big controversy because something was promoted on his IG or his Twitter at halftime. You know, something was posted on his social media, and I know he has NIL deals and everything, but the timing was not good optics to the general public during a game. And then when you blow that game, it becomes a much bigger issue. And you know, everybody's been behind Colorado. We've been supporting them and watching them throughout the year, but criticism is a part of it too. If you can flash your watch and all that, then this is the other side of when it's not going your way, and you have to be ready for that too. So Stephen A., a lot of times I disagree with his takes and everything, but I think he's right. You know, Deion Sanders was him in his playing days. So when he was acting like this, he was the best at his position at all times. You know, one of the best players in the league. So it's like, yeah, he talked a lot, but he backed it up. He was one of those rare guys that backed up everything he said. We're going to take a look at this, man, and I'll be back with my commentary. Let's peep it.
It's an absolute disgrace. Unacceptable. The fact of the matter is Colorado came into this game 13-point favorites, okay, and got outscored by a 13-point underdog, 46-14 in the second half after being up 29-0. They're now 1-3 in the Pac-12. Their defense has allowed the second most yards per game at 473.7, Shannon, and the seventh most points per game at 35.9 in all of the entire FBS. I believe that Deion Sanders is a coach. I think he's a hell of a coach. He needs some dogs, as he told us. He's about 7 or 8 dogs away, but here's the problem. The players got caught up in the shine their coach generated. And I'm calling out his son, Shedeur Sanders, who I love and I think has star written all over him. But whether it was you or by accident, it was somebody on your social media team, you cannot have something being posted at halftime of a damn game. Tom Brady and your dad already joked with you about what you were driving around with and how you needed to be in the film room.
One question before I go, Tom, do you think a college kid needs a Phantom, like a Rolls Royce?
Nah, hey, no, it's not a Phantom. It's a Rolls Royce Cousin.
I think he needs to get his ass in the film room and spend as much time in there as possible.
Thank you,
less
Tom.
time in the car and more time in the film room.
Thank you, Tom.
Well, guess what? It is no longer a laughing matter. Y'all are getting your ass kicked. Show up, stand up, because your daddy, and to the players on that squad, your coach is as much bravado as he had, as much swag as he had. He was the best on the planet. Week in and week out, you knew primetime Deion Sanders was the best probably ever. Y'all ain't on that level. Stop acting like it and show up on the damn field and do what the hell you're supposed to do instead of getting your ass kicked on national television. Somebody got to say it.
I remember you said before that Shedeur puts on his cape and saves these games for
Right.
you. What kind of happened in overtime where maybe there was miscommunication on that play when it turned into an interception?
Yeah,
Were you
first of all,
seeing
you should have never thrown the ball. Should have never thrown the ball. I don't know if they played it on a replay to show what happened and with the receivers on that play. Did they show it? Right. Yeah, what happened? Because I want to see it, because I know what happened. I want to see what they showed. Yeah, I think something else transpired on that play that shouldn't happen. So he shouldn't have never thrown the ball, though. Just give us another down, let's kick field goal, stay in it.
So Prime got tired of hearing the chatter, you know, about this little topic going viral, and he said he's right, now let's move on. Pretty much saying, hey man, the criticism's gonna come, we not performing. Coach Prime was not happy in that game they won a few weeks ago because he saw the potential for this type of letdown, you know, in the Arizona State game. Being in those positions late in games, you're not going to always come out on top. And you're playing a lot of teams with house money, right? Colorado is not there as a program as far as, you know, how good they actually are right now. But they are, or they have been, like the media darlings so far. And as a competitor, if you ever played a sport, you know, a team that's getting all the praise and you feel like you're right there on the level with them or you can beat them, you want to show that every opportunity that you get. So some of the attention, in theory, some of the attention have to come on y'all if it's just for a brief moment, and this 1-4 Stanford team went in there and did just that. Shedeur, now when he went to that crowd after last game and he flashed his watch to the crowd, I kind of cringed because the game was so close and I was like, man, this kid is bringing forth a lot of criticism, because honestly, let's look at it. The TCU team ain't that bad that they beat. They caught a few people off guard early, but as you play and more film gets out there on you, they're going to stop your explosive players, and you've had Travis Hunter out for a few weeks, and he's been playing both sides of the ball. Coming back mid-season trying to play both sides of the ball, that's not a recipe for success, man. He's going to have to choose one side, and Cormani or somebody's going to have to step up and fill in that spot where Travis was at, because he's just going to be susceptible to injuries. In the modern era, it's going to be hard to try to play most downs on both sides of the ball. That's asking a lot for a football player in a contact sport where you're hitting and getting hit, on the other side of the ball. You blocking, you do everything is physical contact. So, and running and sprinting, and you're just doing too much with your body, and he needs to rest, or he keeps getting injured. That thing could become something that drops his stock over time, if he sustains too many injuries doing that. But I agree with what Stephen A is saying as far as Shedeur Sanders. He's playing good ball, but you got to have your team not posting stuff at halftime of the game, because you are the de facto leader as a quarterback, or at least one of the leaders, just by default, man. That's not what you want to do, when you're leading men. And I did get the feeling that they were trying to be like their father at times, like they have arrived to that level where, Shedeur is doing his thing. He's a good college quarterback, and he's still kind of like a kid. He's a young man, but we all know when you hit 18, most people don't become a man. Some people have to grow up early, have to become a man at 16, but a lot of people that grew up in stable homes and things, you still asking mom and dad for things. But I say that to say your maturity is still not to the level, like, don't your brain develop all the way until you're 28 or is some age like that. So he's still growing as a young man and prioritizing things and putting life in its proper perspective. So I get that, He's got money and he's playing great and he's playing at a high level in a Power 5. But I do think at times, he may be a little over the top. Now, I do think people like Jason Whitlock, they are a little obsessive, and it's a little bit annoying, because he's talking about the idolatry of Deion, but you're idolizing him because you're always talking about them. Like, say your piece and move on if it's not about your clicks. Now, be honest. Deion's a hot topic, so yeah, everybody in the media talk about him. That's your true reason for talking about him. You're just taking a different angle, a conservative angle talking about him. That's what you're doing. But it's not that you have these many bad takes about him. You just finding your angle to clicks. Just say that, Jason Whitlock. But Stephen A. Smith, it's interesting, though. His comments was interesting. I want to know what y'all think about him coming at Shedeur. And I also want to know, do y'all feel like, that ESPN and others are trying to sabotage him? I see some people saying that. Or do y'all feel like they brought some of this on their self? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.